everybody, I'm Annie B and welcome to my channel. Today is the 18th of April, unless you're watching a replay some days or some years later. But today is the 18th of April, and I participate in a collab. And the collab itself is called Jewelry Making Fun Collab, and this is the year 2023. And this is my second year participating in the collab, and I'm still having fun. I'm really enjoying this collab. Now, this collab tells us that we are supposed to post our finished jewelry items on the 18th of each month at 12 noon. So today is the 18th, and it's 12 noon, and I'm publishing my piece. So now the collab itself is hosted by Delia Design. Jewelry and More, aka Miss Deb Hawk. She is the host of the collab, and she asks us not to share, with others outside the collab. She got it in red, so I guess we're not supposed to do that, and I'd like to obey the rules. There are other participants, and please just go and look at some of the items. I just love the differences of the creative style that each of us have, and it's really remarkable to see some of this stuff that we are creating. But like I said, on the 18th of each month we create our design and we publish them, and hopefully you'll give us some comments on it, and hopefully preferably you'll like them. But today, like I said, I'm repeating myself, right? I'm not going to say it's April 18th. Nope, I'm not going to say it. But I like to check things off, so I will check off April. All right, there. And now what we are given each month, we are given a color, themes, and we have two options here. And for the colors, we can use neutral colors. She gave some examples of gray, brown, black, or we can use metallic. And the optional choices that we have. Now, the first one is that we can make a vintage or a steampunk theme piece or a set. And the next one, the optional challenge number 2, we can use metal to make our piece. Now, what I did was I incorporated a little of it all. So it's not exactly the color, but she do give us some of the options there. We do have a little leeway that we can kind of switch up a little things just to make the piece. But generally, I like to stay within this, and I did. I used metal and vintage and steampunk. To me, that's what I made. So let me stop my yammering and let me show you the items that I did make. Now, at first, I was going to just show this piece right here. I'm in a jewelry class, and this month we are doing clay. We've been in clay now for the whole quarter, really, and I'm enjoying it. I really am. So I have made some gray beads, and this is a chunky bracelet here, and I used this chunky type clasp to go with it, and it turned out really nice. But this wasn't my piece. It just didn't speak to me. So what I decided to do, but hold on just a sec. What you're looking at is my first piece. This is a necklace. And like I said, I kind of use a little both challenge 1 and challenge number 2. This is my steampunk / vintage look. For this piece, I use let's see, I used some flat back pearls that I had. And as you can see, this is a watch face. This is a metal piece. And I put tiny little, I think these are 4mm pearls. And this is an 8mm flat back pearl. That at first I glued them into place. And then I was a little hesitant that they may come out. So I put that glare that you were seeing, that is resin. I sealed them in place with resin, and it's not going to come apart. Now, for the second piece down here, for this piece here, the same thing. I used a 4mm and an 8mm center pearl, and I just created that little look right in there. And this is also a watch face, also metal. Now, what I did was to bridge the pieces together. I made a little dangle with a pearl, and these are 2 little bronze type bead caps that I put on there just to keep that color going. And I like this face because it's kind of got that little bumpy look all around it. And it is so pretty. Now, what I also did was I just included a jump ring. I didn't do nothing heroic to it because I didn't have anything heroic. So, and I added this chain. I think this is about a 20 or a 19-inch chain length here. And so now I finished the piece with a bronze piece of chain and a toggle clasp. I like this toggle clasp. I thought about using the lobster clasp, but when I saw this, you know, stuff speaks to you. And it always, I go with my mind. Whatever speaks to me, that's what I go with. So I use this type toggle clasp. And it's not going to come apart because it kind of loops itself up in that little circle here, right in here. It just loops itself in there, and it doesn't come out easily. I've had it on and I walked around with it, and it didn't come apart at all. And this is the back part of it, and I think the back is fine just the way it is. So I didn't do anything with the back, but I think this piece turned out really, really nice. Now, yeah, that's it. That's it on this piece here. I like this little piece here on this little watch here. I think it's cute. Now, to me, originally I was going for the steampunk. Then I started adding the pearls and whatnot. To me, it started looking more vintage. To me, it looked vintage. What do you think? Steampunk or vintage? Let me know. I'm going with vintage. So now this is the first piece I made. And of course, you just can't make a necklace. You got to have a bracelet, right? So hang on a minute. Let me go and get the bracelet. Be right back. Whew. Okay, y'all, I'm back. You know, I did say I'll be right back, right? And I really, I had to go out there on the deck. I had this piece I had this piece on the deck because I decided I would put some resin. This is my bracelet here. And I decided to put some resin on it and to cure it. I put it outside in the sunlight, and it's been out there for about an hour. Longer didn't need to be, but I left it out there. Oh my God, when I got out there, I did not see it. I left it outside on the barbecue grill because I got a cover on it, and I just laid it up there because it fit. I said, okay, it's going to be fine. But you know, the wind is blowing so hard. So when I went out there to get it, I did not see it. Oh my God, I started panicking. And I looked around, and there it was. It had fallen on the floor on the deck. And you know, the deck has those little slits in it. And half of this was hanging through those slits. And oh my God, I almost lost this piece, but here she is. This is so gorgeous. Oh, and it's windy and cold today. I got to get myself a cup of coffee. But back to the task at hand, right? Again, I decided I would use the pearls that I have in my on the necklace here, and I used this right here. I guess you could say this is a repurposed piece because originally this was a necklace, and I never worn it as a necklace. So when I was putting things up, because this was going to be the only piece that I was going to present, but when I started putting things up, I ran across this, and like I said, it spoke to me. So I said, well, okay then. So I decided I would make this piece here, and it turned out really, really nice. Now, again, like I said, I used the flat back pearls, and I used some 2 millimeter a little jump ring here. I like those little small jump ring. And I connected the chain to it, and I made a pearl dangle, and I use a little of the I use the 40-inch strand wire. I use a wire guardian, and I use crimp and a crimp cover. These are little corrugated. These are the little corrugated the crimp covers here. And I used this to 3 little bit of pearls, some Swarovski pearls that I had. And I used this little piece here as my clip, as my clasp, part of my clasp, because I don't like clasp with, well, the jump ring with the hole, with the split in it. Most of the time I'll use the soldering iron and close it up because I always have a fear that it's going to come off. But this is not coming apart at all. So this is the piece that I made here. I think this turned out nice. Now, to me, this is more vintage. This doesn't look steampunk to me at all. I guess no, this doesn't look steampunk to me at all. So this is also a vintage look. So it looks more and more like I'm going toward the vintage look here. So this is the piece that I made for part of my set. But I didn't finish there. Like I said, once I get started, I just can't stop. I have to make myself stop. So let me show you the earrings that I made. Hold on just a sec. Now the earrings, I didn't have to go out on the deck to find those. I had them in here already. So these are the earrings. These are a basic pair of earrings. You could never go wrong with these. I use these are, let's see, I think these are 9 millimeter, 8 millimeters. My my thing is, what is this called? Anyway, it need a battery, so I really can't tell. I think this is, if I had to guess, an educated guess, I would say this is a 9 millimeter. So I made a pair of simple earrings, and I used the bronze chain, and I wire wrapped them. Honey, this isn't coming apart at all. I mean, I can wire wrap. I'm tooting my own horn. And I use the bead caps. I think these are cute. Kind of like a little bitty skirt that's over the pearl here. And I use some the ball head pins. I thought that was pretty instead of using that flat piece on here. And I use some lever-back ear wires. And I think it turned out really, really nice. So those are the items that I made for the month of April. And don't forget, chime in and let me think. Do you think they're more steampunk or vintage? Now, my vote is vintage. And this is so cute. Look at that resin. I resin these down. That's not going anywhere. I'm using resin like a sealant now. I guess that's what it is. But they turned out really, really nice. So, like I said, let me know, what do you think? Steampunk or vintage? I think they're more vintage type. And there are other participants, and please, please, please stop by their channels and just look at the difference in the ideals that we come up with. And yeah, I'm having fun. This has been fantastic. So I will see you guys next month. You all take care. Hope everything is well with everybody. And see that? I'm chatting again. That's what you get when you're retired and got energy. All right, you all. Take care. Love you. Bye. Oh, I'm not gone just yet. You know, to help you decide whether or not these are steampunk or if they are vintage pieces, what I decided to do was to take some still shots, and right at the end of this video, just hang in for another 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 20 seconds, not that long. It's not going to take a minute. And I will give you some still shots of the items, and you can tell me, it'll help you vote whether you think that they're a steampunk or vintage. Like I said, they're more vintage type earrings to me. Well, jewelry to me. So again, don't forget to go back and check all the others participants, look at their videos. And if you like what you see on my channel, please subscribe. I am going to get better at doing videos, because once I make jewelry all the time, but I don't do my videos, but I enjoy it once I get to it. So please like and subscribe for upcoming videos. All right, y'all. Bye again, permanently this time. Bye.